got an interview thing about Milwaukee theater things. My name is Jaimelyn Gray. You hear that? My name is Jaimelyn Gray. I'm the host of this program and the collector of data to present to you so that you know what to do this weekend, because all of you are going out to see some theater. Yes, because it's great to support theater. It's great for your brain. It's great for catharsis. It's great for joy and laughter and sadness and all the things. So I'm going to talk to you about some things that are out there, and then also have an interview with one of our independent artists, Drea, and she'll talk about her company that she started, Black Cat and Crow Reading Company. And we had a really great conversation, and I'm very excited to share that with you. So I hope you stick with this whole program and, give me an internet boost and all the things so that, all of Milwaukee theater becomes uber famous. Yeah. Good. We're agreed. Okay, great. Superb. Okay, so let's go over some things that are out there that you can go and see. Drea and I made a great plan for you this weekend. If you listen to the interview, we've got your whole calendar of this weekend planned. So listen for that. But first, we have here the company that I started myself, and not myself, that's totally wrong. I started it with my husband and some friends, and you never make theater. No, you guys, I thought my brain was healed from last week, but I guess it's not. So just forgive everything that I have to say, because my brain is still a little from opening week hell and of this production. The Constructivists present Bed and Breakfast of the Damned. It's a world premiere by Cameron McNary. Cameron and I had a great conversation last week. If you want to go back and listen to last week's program, we give you all the intel on the process and things, and then you can go and get your tickets to this show, to this world premiere. It's a very, 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 and all the critics will tell you, very funny zombie farce. Yes, a farce with zombies. And you are going to want to go to www.theconstructivists.org. If you're watching this on the internet, there it is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. If you're listening, Constructivists. Yes. But this play is super funny. It takes place during the zombie apocalypse, or, after the main events have happened, in a bed and breakfast that is a pug themed bed and breakfast. And it just chaos ensues, and it's funny. It's the most comedic, I think, we've been, the Constructivists, that is in our whole time here, in their 8 seasons. We've reached funny. Apocalypse was also very funny. But this one is doors slamming, women in underwear, people in underwear. There's underwear. No, there's not underwear. There's maybe okay. Spoiler alert. Don't do it. Don't do it, Jaimelyn. Don't do it. Okay. So go and see this show. Okay. Theconstructivists.org. So then next we have another show that's getting great critical buzz, and that is Switzerland over at Renaissance Theater Works. It's directed by Laura Gordon, who is just an amazing Milwaukee artist, well, Wisconsin artist. Laura Gordon goes all over the place, and the sort of story behind it is that it's a psychological thriller, first of all, and we had Maria Pretzel on a few weeks back. You can also go check out that interview, because this goes all the way through November 9th, so you've got a few weeks on this yet. But a handsome young emissary named Edward visits famed crime novelist Patricia Highsmith, who wrote things like The Talented Miss Ripley and Strangers on a Train, at her Swiss hideaway to persuade her to write one final Ripley novel. Humor and macabre twists unfold as Edward's true seductive agenda is revealed in this gripping play. And it's a two-person play, and it's just filled with intrigue. And so you really want to check this one out as well. And so you're going to want to go to rtwmke.org for this one. And Renaissance also has ticket deals, as well as we, the Constructivists, do. So you just have to, go to the websites and figure out what days are best for you to go see things. But there are deals to be had if you just dig a little bit. And so Switzerland by Joanna Murray Smith over at Renaissance Theater Works. Go check that one out as well. And then next we have over at Interchange Theater Co-op, yes, the improv machine that Interchange is. They've got fun this weekend. Oh, here's their November. I put up their November thing since we're heading into November this week. So on Saturday you've got their student showcase. So students in improv, go check them out. And they also have a costume party on Friday night. And so you can check that out by going to interchangetheater.com. And actually, an even easier way to find out what's going on over there is to Interchange Theater. That's a TER.com/shows. And that'll give you the full list of all the action that's happening at Interchange Theater Co-op. Right. Then next we have our monthly goings on. This is the last of it this month. So first of all, just to recognize that it is National Disability Employment Awareness Month, and it's a good time to look around you and really just see how your disabled friends contribute to the work environment in an inclusive and empathetic kind of way. And if you want to find out more about this, the NDEAM, National Disability Employment Awareness Month, I found a good website to go to is the National Down Syndrome Society. That's ndss.org. And you can learn more about how to celebrate the value and talent that workers with disabilities add to the workforce and the economy. And it's just a good thing to do, and be mindful of people around you. Next, we're at the end of Filipino American History Month, celebrated in October, and it's also a way to honor the history, achievements, and cultural contributions of Filipino Americans. And this was first introduced in 1992, officially recognized by Congress in 2009. It took them a bit to make that happen. But it's a good website to check out to find out more about that is the Filipino American National Historical Society. So that's FANHS-national.org. You can see that scrolling if you're watching here on the internet. But if you're listening on a pod somewhere, FANHS-national.org. Filipino American History Month. Look it up, find out more about it. Then it is also the end of Polish American Heritage Month. The husband and I went to a Polish restaurant last night, not to celebrate Polish. It's a new restaurant that opened, and we like to check that stuff out over in Oak Creek. Personal opinion, they didn't have enough chicken and fish for people who don't eat pork or beef, but that's just my own personal glitch. Polish American Heritage Month is celebrated in October, honoring the history and culture and contribution of Polish Americans. My husband is just Polish. He's not Polish American. I'm Polish American. He is Polish. He speaks with accent. He talks like this. He says things like dzień dobry and jak się masz, and all the 5 phrases of Polish I actually know. Mówisz po polsku? Nie? Nie. Me neither. So it's a time to recognize the contributions of Polish immigrants and their descendants, and celebrate that through events, food, and education. So you can go to the PolishAmericanCenter.org to check out more information about that. Just, good website to make some knowledge happen. And then finally, last but not least, always never least, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Talk to your doctor about your risks of breast cancer. If you're over 45, you're going to want to investigate mammograms, but you can go to breastcancer.org to learn more information about that and find out all the things that you need to know about breast cancer awareness and how you can be more aware, because we all should be more aware. And that's really the reason why I go through these monthly observances. Wow, you guys help me. The observances, because I just, it's just a good thing to, from time to time, learn more things about your world around you. Yeah. And I think these monthly observances are a great way to do that, to facilitate that and make it happen. So there you go. So those are the observances. We're going into November this weekend, so we'll have a whole new set of observances next month. So that's that. But right now, let's go and listen to a really great interview about and surrounding The Thin Place by Lucas, I think it's Hnath. Again, my research fails me. My research brain fails me. But Black Cat and Crow Reading Company is doing a reading of that this weekend. It's a great spooky season product, and Drea and I will talk more about that. And how about maybe right now? Yes, so here we are today on a lovely Tuesday, recording this a couple days ahead of time in the broadcast, because that's what we artists have to do sometimes in our very busy lives. And so I have with me today Drea from Black Cat and Crow Reading Company. Drea, do you want to introduce yourself, just your full name, and then we'll talk a little bit about your artistry and things?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Drea Roedel-Schroeder, and I am, as I like to jokingly refer to myself, the gremlin in chief here at Black Cat and Crow Reading Co.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. So how did you come about? Because for people who don't know, you are an independent artist in the Milwaukee Theatre Alliance. Yep. And we had talked a little bit about making Black Cat and Crow like a company of the thing, and then we went back and forth on it. but you decided that as for right now, because you're such a fledgling organization, that it would just be better for you to go under as an independent artist. And then when you are just busier and more, company, organized and things, then we'll put you in as a full company. But so just talk a little bit about like just you as an artist. How did you get started? Were you just a little thing and you were like, I'm going to be an actor, and those, all those kinds of things?
Yeah. So funnily enough, that is both very much and very much not my journey. I as a kid and in school, I loved theater. I had an aunt who started taking me to theater as a kid and just loved it. Always wanted to do it. I've always been like a movie freak, just adored the art. And I was so anxious as a kid and a teenager and even a young adult that I was so petrified by it that I never took the leap. So I actually came into theater for real pretty late in life, as far as comparatively speaking. So I ended up taking the leap and auditioning for my very first show in 2016. And from there sort of got the bug, as most people do, I think.
Yeah.
And worked with a bunch of different companies. I've done some, one-off shows here and there with all sorts of different companies in town. And then did an extended tenure with an unrehearsed Shakespeare company where I was both performing, and from there it grew into doing script supervising, script editing, directing, show running, and really caught the rest of the bug, which is all of the behind the scenes and producing shows, directing shows. So it all just kind of spiraled out of control from there.
Nice. Yeah, that growth from like your love for it, your personal self, and then getting into the actual production side of thing can be quite the transition and quite the leap. When did you decide that you wanted to start your own project?
So I had kind of stepped away from theater for a chunk of 2023 and kind of took a break. And the biggest thing for me is I have multiple chronic health conditions and chronic pain. So it was getting harder and harder for me to keep up with this thing that I love doing and want to do so badly. As I'm sure yourself and every other theater artist out there knows, it's already a whole job to be able to work with scheduling and commitments and the physical toll it takes. So factoring in health conditions with that, it was just so hard. I found myself only being able to audition for 1 or 2 things a year because I had to sort of do all sorts of extra math in addition to, can I get there after work? How far of a drive is it? You start to have to worry about things of how long am I going to be laid up after, and that sort of stuff. So that math gets harder and harder. And so I sort of took a break and I was trying to decide what to do next because I love it so much and I wasn't willing to give it up. But it's so hard to find the right fit. And I had sort of worn all of these hats over the last handful of years. And so in conversations with friends of mine, we kept going, we should do this, we should do that, we should do this, which I think is also a curse of theater artists, because we all have so many ideas at any given time and no time or money or life force to do them. And so I finally decided to take the leap and do sort of a hybrid model where we, as in the name Reading Co., we focus on doing staged readings. So it's less time commitment, which also opens the door for not only my fellow theater artists who have health issues like myself, but also just folks with complicated schedules and that sort of thing to get to play and not have to lose that side of ourselves because of scheduling or physical ability or that, all of those fun factors that life throws at us. So having a limited rehearsals, having a lot more sort of remote prep work, and really trying to create a space where my cast and assorted crew can sort of not have to worry about a huge commitment, still get to do what they love, and create that space for them as well as myself. So I think as theater artists, we we shy away from being selfish at times, but when we can at least share that with other people, it feels a little less clunky to do it yourself when you're also including, the folks you love to work with.
Absolutely. No, I really think that's a brilliant idea. As we're finally becoming more and more aware of persons who are not like ourselves, or some of us who are on the more able end of the spectrum, that we want to be more inclusive and more welcoming and adjust more of our processes to those who can't do like exactly what you say, even like the stamina aspect of things and how much energy. I mean, for example, on my end, the Constructivist, we just opened a show this past weekend, and that tech, and I emailed you, because you're like, hey, when can we do this reading? And I was like, now that we're through Hell Week.
Yep.
Because it is, because you're at the theater when you're in full production, aside from a reading production. When you're in full production, it's every single day, for 8 days in a row to and this is just for like small theaters like mine, not to mention, like large equity theaters who are sometimes in that tech process for weeks on it.
Absolutely.
I really think that's just brilliant of you all, you and the rest of your cohorts, that to think on that shorter end of the time scale, to how many more people you can include in the process when you're managing things that way. That's just awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely shooting to grow that, as well as the theater group itself grows, and be able to include more folks across that whole spectrum as well. Because that is not something that we have super represented in the area, I feel like. And I know that Milwaukee Theatre Alliance is doing amazing work in terms of trying to expand access. And we have things now in town developing, like the diversity generals and things like that. So yeah. It's really awesome to see that growth, and I hope to be a part of it.
Yeah, totally. But also one of the benefits of a reading company is that you get to do scripts that might be a little bit more complicated in scale, but also giving access to the new stuff and the new and fun stuff. And I think The Thin Place is a really great example of, because I've read this script and I was like, ooh, that's a lot. Ooh, I don't know about that. Yeah. And so, but it's so fun, and it's just honestly a great read in and of itself. And so I think this is a wonderful script for you to pick for a reading, and also for this time of year. I think it's great for spooky season, 100%. So can you talk about The Thin Place a little bit while avoiding spoilers? Because it is an awesome spoiler kind of product.
It definitely is. So my process in choosing the scripts that we've done so far, we've sort of done a blend of both published works, and public domain works, where I still get to flex my adapting and editing muscles. And so we did a few of those earlier this year. I did a William Castle double feature where I adapted 2 different classic William Castle horror films. And so that was much more on the fun side of things. And then I wanted to find for spooky season, you nailed it, a really good blend of, this script has some really fun comedic beats. It has some really fun, larger than life characters, but it also has just really great meaty interpersonal drama, and it has things to say about generational trauma that are not what you would expect from, you see horror and horror adjacent scripts and works that are often more on the horror end, and you lose some of that human aspect of it. And this is like such a good balance. And as you said, it's a great read.
Mm-hmm.
There is some fun cattiness to it at times. There is some fun drama. And then there is some really heartfelt emotion, which is such a fantastic balance to find in a script. And then there's spooky stuff.
Yes.
So it's really like I had a big old pile of scripts that I went through trying to find just the right fit for this season. And doing this as a staged reading was really interesting to me because having read the script, there's very limited stage direction. There's very limited set design, costume design required. Until there is.
Until there is. That's exactly right.
Yes, there are aspects of this show that are definitely such a fun challenge that we are navigating how we're going to present without losing all of the flair, but also keeping it still pretty down to earth in a pretty pared down reading situation. So we've been joking within the group. This is our first show with light cues, with sound cues. And depending on how it goes, maybe our last, we'll see.
Yeah, right.
But it's been very fun to strike that balance. I've tried to do that with each show, is find shows that can be presented without a lot of the frills, because it is such a narrow presentation when you're doing a staged reading, but still be engaging for the audience, still have some fun twist on that. We did Witch earlier in the year, and we had also a narrator because the stage directions in that show are like another character.
Insane.
And doing the William Castle production, we had sort of a horror late night host vibe. So finding those shows that are still going to be engaging, still going to have something to say, and trying to curate that experience. I always make a playlist that is specific to the show. I always make a specialty cocktail and mocktail for the show to try and really give our audiences and ourselves room to play, and not let the limitations of the way we present this have any sort of lack for the audience and for those of us playing.
That's super fun. That's super fun. So I'm showing people the Brick House, MKE.com site, because you guys are doing this at the Brick House, which is a wonderful venue. If you have not been there, you need to go.
Absolutely.
Because it's super cute. It's super accessible. It's super and it's run by an amazing couple, leading there with Amanda Hull, who is one of my most favorite people on the planet.
He is a delight.
Just an amazing human with very cute children.
Yes.
And so, but I found the easiest way to go get tickets is to go to the Brick House website. That's thebrickhousemke.com. And then you can, on their page, you have a calendar, and they have the link to your Facebook on there. Yep. And then from the Facebook, you can go to your Ticket Leap page. That's the easiest path that I found to get tickets to this. So, but when is your first reading? Is it on Halloween?
It is, yes. So we're doing 2 nights for this one. We're doing Halloween and then November 1st. So I figured we would run the gamut from All Hallows Eve to All Saints and All Souls, just kind of go all the way through.
Yes. So, but there's so much to see this weekend.
There is, yes.
Holy cats. My suggestion to you, people out there in the internet lands, is to plan your weekend very, very smartly, because we've got Switzerland over at Renaissance. Mm-hmm. We've got Drea and Black Hat, and we've got, the Constructivists and Bed and Breakfast of the Damned. Mm-hmm. And then there's also a couple of other readings out there, but those are like the 3 Theatre Alliance places that you can go. So you can actually do like, you can actually go and see Switzerland, we're doing with this premieres the 30th. So it's a
Perfect.
Thursday night. You got to go see Switzerland. Then you can go and see Drea and Black Cat. Are you guys doing any like dress up on Halloween kind of things? Like, can people dress up and come in?
We absolutely welcome folks to come in costume. We're right across the street from Mad Planet. If you're a dance fanatic, you can head over there right after.
Yay! Yes. And then you can come and see Bread and Breakfast of the Damned on Saturday, or come to Bed and Breakfast of the Damned on Friday. Also dress up, because we also have a dress up night, and then go and see Drea and Black Cat on Saturday. So but I'm just saying, you have
Yes.
from Milwaukee Theatre Alliance, you are covered. You
Full.
can make it work.
Yeah.
What kind of artist peoples do you have in your reading for this?
Yeah, so for this one is a very, very small cast. So it is myself, and then some of my lovely, lovely, talented friends. We have Kelsey Lexow, we have Sarah Wallish, and we have Brian Bien in this one. And then during the show this coming weekend, we will be announcing our winter show, where we will have some of those returning faces, as well as a dear friend of mine, Nick F. Previously worked under Nick Fuhrer. So he will be joining us for our winter show, and just kind of trying to get a rotating cast of lovely Milwaukee faces.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Local, keep it local. Woo-hoo.
Absolutely.
Yes. So again, if you want to go and see, because I'm telling you, this is a great script, and with the music list you've put together and a cocktail and all this, I bet it's just going to be an awesome, fun time. So again, go to the Brick House, MKE.com. Click on the Facebook link for Black Cat's Facebook page, and then go to their ticket leap in their events section, and you will find your way. Or people can just show up at the door, right?
Yep. As long as we do not sell out, which right now we're looking good, you can come to the door. It is cash only at the door, but same price, all that good stuff. So $15 either online at that link, or come see me at the door.
But seriously, don't wait until the last minute. Everybody's waiting until the last minute these days. And people, you'll get shut out that way. You really will, particularly with the Brick House, because it's a small, intimate, lovely little space that holds, I think it's like 45 people or something like that.
Right around there. Yep.
Something wrong that, but it's so, I wish I could come to see this, because it's going to be so awesome with just that intimate space and the thin place. It's going to be so great.
We're shooting for the ambiance, the vibes to be really perfect for Halloween. So like you said, book your weekend. You've got so many choices, and you can knock them all out.
Heck yeah. Do it. More theater. Do it.
Yes.
Well, yeah. Drea, thank you so much for coming on today and making some time in your busy schedule, and that we could make this work and have an amazing weekend of performance, and we'll have you back this winter sometime, and you can talk about your next one.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, and you as well. We're both show week.
busy, but we love it, so we do it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. All right, we'll talk to you later.
Awesome. Thanks.
Bye. There you go. There you have it. Isn't that just a real great little talk there that we had just the other day? Because again, like I say, we try to squeeze these in where we can with our busy lives. And so, yes, so you can go and see Renaissance and the Constructivists and the Thin Place, the reading from Black Cat and Crow, and make it a whole plan for this weekend. And as I said before, you can go to websites, and if you just investigate a little bit, I know Renaissance has ticket deals. We certainly have ticket deals for every performance. Artists work out to somewhere around like $15 or something like that. Because I'm not sure about the handling fees and things. But just check it out. There's ways to get tickets to fit your budget and go and see some theater. And I know for us, the constructivists, if you ever just feel like you can't afford a seat at all, if you email info@theconstructivists.org and just let us know it's not a good time for you, we will get you a seat. We will, no judgment, no investigation, no nothing. Just let us know that now is not the best time for you, but could you please save me a seat? And I will say, you betcha. And that's that. So that's what we got for this week. Next week, I've already forgotten who we have next week. Nope. Do I have a list somewhere? Oh, no, I need to do a new list. I'm so hilarious. Okay. But somebody will be on next week and it's going to be great. And you're going to watch it and you're going to listen and you're going to love it because you love hearing about theater in Milwaukee. And that's what I'm here for. So thank you so much for listening this week. I hope you have a great week out there and I will talk to you next week on You've Got a Thing.